Capricorn, from the perspective of soul evolutionary perspective. So Capricorn, from the set perspective, we always look at, you know, what is like the evolutionary highest potential endpoint that this archetype could arrive at. And for Capricorn, it's like bringing forth some kind of great work. And I already want to say this great work, what exactly that is and how that could look is obviously very individual. And in the birth chart, we can get hints on that depending where the Capricorn signature is in the house, like which house the Capricorn signature is coloring, and which planets are sitting in Capricorn. So this can give us ideas about where this great work is going to take place in a person's life. And what also comes with this as a lesson or as a learning potential is that, and I will elaborate on this more closely, but the Capricorn is also here to develop the capacity of like deep solitude. And why that is, I will come to explain now. So this Capricorn archetype has an immense amount of power, energy, endurance, strength, stamina, steadfastness. It's an earth element sign. And so this Capricorn has this incredible amount of energy that it can put towards something. And that is why it can bring forth some kind of work, big work, great work in this lifetime. And it is kind of a slower process though, because it's an earth element, right? So it takes time. And this is where Capricorn comes to learn to develop this working also in solitude or being in solitude and not relying on especially like outer recognition. This is what it's, from my understanding, mostly about. That Capricorn learns to, you know, like in this Buddhist saying, do the thing of chop wood and carry water without potentially yet seeing the rewards that can be reaped and kind of trusting that the rewards will be reaped. At the same time, it's an internal process, obviously, with this solitude and with this okayness of just like chopping the wood and carrying the water. What this Capricorn archetype also represents is the father archetype. And this is what I find really beautiful about Capricorn, is that it actually is an archetype that's here to bring forth our child's wildest dreams or deepest dreams, you know, like our heart's wishes from our child self or selves, however you see this. And so with this father archetype, obviously with the Capricorn signature, we also look at cultivating the inner father that we may have never had or that we always wanted and needed. And what I also want to say is that this Capricorn has a shadow side, obviously. So the shadow side of Capricorn is that it chooses to climb the wrong mountain, so to say, that it kind of asserts its powerful energy into a direction that's actually not deeply satisfying and fulfilling. And dare I say that they are not listening to the inner child within themselves or to the deep dreams and wishes. And this is where I again find the whole, like, you know, body, mind, soul, heart and womb, I will come to this as well, integration so important. So I think to check in whether we are like walking our highest or higher Capricorn path is to see, am I just pushing from my head, trying to, like, you know, push my head against or through the wall, or can I feel my heart in it? I think this is a very nice indicator to check in with. And then we're coming to the polarity point of Capricorn. We look at the polarity points in order to get more insight about the path and about medicine that can help. And the polarity point for Capricorn is Cancer. And Cancer represents more of the mother archetype, the deep emotional nurturing archetype, as well as, you know, the womb, where we come from, the mother. And so I find it interesting with Capricorn to check whether we are climbing the right mountain, is to see, is like my heart, my mind, heart and womb space, or, you know, if you're a man, like the sacral root space, Are they aligned with the journey? This can give us an insight whether we are asserting this extremely powerful energy into the right, so to say, right direction. And because another, how this shadow of Capricorn can also show up when Capricorn is not climbing the mountain that's fulfilling its heart, mind, body, soul, child self, it obviously can become resentful. And this is also, on one hand, that this is when we get these Capricorn people that are said to be like very stubborn or very, confrontative as well. And what I've come to see, if there's like not the fulfilling mountain being climbed, the Capricorn person can potentially, see, just overly focus on what everybody else is doing wrong because they are not content with the mountain that they're climbing. So this is also something to notice when you're a Capricorn or have some Capricorn signatures, and there's like this discontentment and you're like focusing on wishing that everybody else would do things differently. It might be because you're not on the mountain that's like, your heart's desire. Let's see if there's something else to say. Yeah, so to choose the right mountain, like learning to drop into the heart and the womb space, the root sacral space. And yeah, really, like, again, emphasizing this connection to the inner child, to the child self, like listening to her or to him or to them. And really cultivating this intimate father-child connection to support the process. And then Capricorn can bring forth some really beautiful, great work, and is also in that sense a caring energy, in the world, bringing forth structure. Discipline is actually also like an element that Capricorn is here to develop, or can maybe bring forth also in some ways naturally. Always depends, where the evolutionary journey of the soul is in general. So yeah, there's great endurance and great capacity to bring forth beautiful, great things. And while, yes, there might be some like chopping wood and carrying water by oneself, and it can be like a solitary journey, obviously there are other elements to this human journey and to us as human beings. So I want to say again, like, don't rip this out of context. Like, don't just be like, okay, I'm a Capricorn sun and this is, so I'm just here to be alone and do it tough myself. This is actually not the case. Like, we look at the whole birth chart, which the birth chart is a macrocosmic reflection of your internal world. Every planet represents a different part of our consciousness, and the sign shows how this part of our consciousness is intending to grow and evolve and learn and experience life through this lifetime. So it's really important to look at the rest of the chart in order to get a more thorough understanding. So please don't get too fixated on, I'm a Capricorn now and this is, so I'm like this. It's not the entirety of the thing. And so, yes, I hope this is a useful video. I thank you for your time. If you want to book a reading, of course, go ahead through the link in the description. If there's a question, I'm also open to receiving. And otherwise, yeah, wishing you a good day and see you again next time. I'll speak to you through this camera.